What's happening, YouTube? Caliber here. We're here to do another Epic 7 video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch TV right above here, guys. If you guys want to see me doing content throughout the week, I usually do content Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Epic 7, 3 a.m. to 7 a.m., guys. From 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., I do variety streaming, guys. Currently, right now, we're playing Resident Evil. Resident Evil and Hollow Knight is next, and then Resident Evil 2. So if you guys want to come and check that stuff out, you're more than welcome to. Be happy to see you there. With all that being said, we are here to talk about how to handle dark unit teams. What I personally do myself. There's many ways of doing this, but we're just going to cover what I do and my new system I got going on, and we'll just go into some alternatives and stuff like that. All right, so light bait tank. There's a lot of different options for light bait tanks out there. Me personally, I have used a whole bunch of them, guys. I have on my free to play account, no 5 stars, no 5-star MLs, no 4 stars. I use no 4-star MLs. I use 4 stars on it and 3 stars only. I use Recourse as a light bait tank. Not very good. He works though. It's very rough. I do not recommend him at all. I have used General Purgus. General Purgus is pretty good. I haven't used General Purgus since he got the exclusive equipment, but that exclusive equipment that gives him the defense buff, very huge. Very much a fan of that. I would be rocking that on him if I did. And I have also used Doris the Explorers. Doris, I don't know why I call her Doris the Explorers, I just do. But I also used Doris as a light bait tank before, and she works pretty decent. One thing I will point out with a light bait tank, if you are running 1500 defense and below, you're in danger of dying from dual attacks. To ensure that you can survive, you want to make sure you're around 2000 defense and around 20k health. That's the sweet spot to be in. That's the magic number for survivability against these nasty Assassin Colis, Assassin Sids, anybody out there that's going to do mad damage to you. One of my Guild Wars fights I recently did, my fighter Maya took a RNL proc every round, and it was pretty freaking amazing. She just took RNL procs left and right, and it was insane. So, you know, there's that. All right, so there's lots of different artifacts you can run on this. One thing I will point out is good mitigation's good. I like proof of courage. Is that what this is? Proof of valor. I like proof of valor because it helps me with the burst. But you know, you can really go anywhere. I've ran Invoice Pipe on Recourse. I've ran Water Origins on Doris. Anything to mitigate that damage to help with survivability when you're getting dual attacked, RNL'd, Dust Deviled, left and right. All right, so Fighter Maya is a huge part of my team, guys. All right, so for this showcase, we're going to be doing Mascot Hazel with Rod. Very strong Rod, big hills. Fighter Maya, in theory, with the way I've been playing her, should be the only one taking the damage for the most part. At least from the 2 DPS that are on the table. For example, what you'll see a little bit later on is I was combating against a Violet and an Assassin Coli combo. And so Fighter Maya was taking all the hits. I wanted to make sure that Violet didn't attack anybody else but Fighter Maya. So I went in there with double red unit to make sure, hey, he wasn't interested. All right, so what a key thing to have is with Fighter Maya, she's one of the unique tanks that you don't have to worry about being CC'd really, because she has the ability to remove CCs from herself with her S2 and give herself a defense buff whenever CC'd. 80% chance, 100% chance when it's mulled. So Mascot Hazel works really good in this situation. You could use yourself Angelic Mont. Angelic Mont's really good for these situations too. But you know, any healer really works as long as they're not getting targeted. You want to have decent speed on them for survivability. So speed set's probably recommended. And you just definitely want to show them a little bit of love. Like, especially if it's a 3-star, start maxing out those. Those are going to go a long way. That the extra 10% healing, I'm still missing out on 35% healing on this Mascot Hazel. She could be healing like a beast, man. Healing like a beast, and like Maya wouldn't even be worrying, guys. So any type of healer you can bring with you, man, would work. I've tried running DN before with Fighter Maya. Not really a fan of that. It can work though. DN's heals are okay with Rod, but like really, Mascot Hazel, any really good single target healer, as long as they're not the ones being targeted and they're focusing just on Maya herself, you don't have a whole lot of worries to worry about, And I'm a fan of Charlotte now. I've been playing around with Charlotte builds. So there's lots of DPSs that can go out there and do the job. I wanted somebody with the capability to do AoE damage. On top of doing the AoE damage to knock those nasty assassin coolies out of stealth and possibly get a kill on them. I also wanted the ability to take a hit from counters. A lot of times there's a counter unit out there. Maybe there's an Apocalypse Ravi. Maybe there is a Coolie together. And if I take an attack in there, and I attack and I get countered attack, I wanted to be able to take a hit to the face. So I wanted a bruiser unit of some sort. Not 100% sure how well this is going to work out in the future, but so far I've been very, very happy with this build. So this is my Charlotte here. We're rocking some pretty good stats here, guys. 3,200 attack, defense is 1253, health is 12.8k. Speed is 113. The reason I'm running a high lag is Fighter Maya should be taking all the damage, meaning every time Fighter Maya gets hit, increase the caster's combat readiness by 9.5%. Because I don't have it maxed out, it could be 10%. And boom, CR push, CR push, CR push. You want to proc RNL? We'll CR push Charlotte just a little bit more, you want a Dust Devil? Let's go ahead and CR push a little bit more, So maybe, does that work with Dust Devil? I think that works with RNL. It might work with Dust Devil. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Anyways, she has 288 critical hit damage with 81 critical hit chance. I do not have her moloed though. So pretty much you can run any DPS in this situation. What I'm doing is like if it's double dark units, you just want to have a thick tank out there, bring yourself a good DPS unit to handle the attacks and stuff like that, to do the damage you need. And I just chose Charlotte here because I like double red is my weakness right now. And running this is gonna fill the void that I'm missing. Some people will be like, well, you should run Sermia. You know what? Sermia is great, man. Sermia is great. She's going to do that hit. She's going to one-shot them. She's going to jack them up. But, the issue I have with that, if something does go wrong and you get countered attacked or something like that, you don't get the one-shot in, you're going to have a bad day. I wanted to go more of a bruiser route, and it feels nice. It feels really nice. So let's hop in here and check out these characters in action. You probably already seen them in my last Guild Wars video, so we're going to make this super quick while I talk about how the mechanics of this team work, okay? All right, so here we go, guys. So this has already been, what's the word? Assassin Colio's already made her attacks. As you can see here, Maya is a little bit on, she took a little bit of damage there. She took almost a quarter of her health in damage. Maybe not quite a quarter of her health. Pretty freaking close to a quarter of her health. And the idea behind this team is you got to keep Maya alive. Hazel here has very, very, very strong single target heals, man. Her S2 heals like a freight train. As we're looking right here, when the health is less than 50%, amount recovered will be increased by 50%. It's so huge. On top of Rod, you're just going to be throwing heals off like, big heals on her whenever she needs them. Getting that cooldown down on these is super important too, with the fact they cost stigma. All right, so as you can see here, Violet can only attack Maya here, and Assassin Cooley can only attack Maya. Dark is baited over to Light. Violet is baited over to Maya because he does not want to attack Fire Element because he is weak against fire. His chance of missing is huge. So how we opened this up is Mascot Hazel went ahead and did a attack buff, a greater attack buff to Charlotte, which is huge. You'll find out here in a second. The minute Charlotte attacks again, she's going to constantly be refreshing her greater attack buff on herself because her S1 gives a chance of a greater attack buff proccing on enemies above 50% health. Look at this big chunky hill, 5,600 right there. Very nice indeed. So most of the time, team comps like this are like a lot of these dark team comps, man. If I was going to go against an Assassin Cooley, a Rule, and a Assassin Sid, for example, or Apocalypse Ravi, I would have just went in here, and I would have went in here with Fighter Maya, went in here with a very strong healer, and brought SSB with me, okay, and just let SSB throw drinks all over them. To combat this, a lot of people have been throwing Violet in there for people who don't bring SSB and get the easy win because A-Coolies are typically fast and squishy. So with that being said, that's why I'm seeing Violets. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing them, but I'm seeing Violets and Assassin Cooley comps popping up a lot. And this is how I've been doing with it. And, having the double red units, an easy Mascot Hazel with another red unit wouldn't be bad. The thing is, you got to worry about counterattacks. You got to worry about counterattacks from, like, for example, Violet here, who has the ability to do a counterattack, and you want to be able to take the hit to the face. All right, so the idea behind this is we have a 2-turn of greater attack buff. It's still going. We also need 2 more focus on her, 1 more focus now before she can do max damage with her S3. Now, she's not guaranteed to hit, but you know what? It's not bad. We don't have to worry about being attacked. Most people also run a counter set on Fighter Maya. Fighter Maya is really good on a counter set because, as you can see, every time she gets attacked, she has a 20% chance to slap them in the face. A-Cooley doesn't like being slapped in the face. She's very fragile, okay? So, like, she doesn't like it. So right here, like, I have not moloed, and keep in mind, this Charlotte is not molo invested whatsoever. This Maya's not molo invested, and this Mascot Hazel is only partially stigma'd, and I'm just running short on catalysts is the deal. So this is I'm going against most likely a fully moloed team here, which I didn't look at. They probably all are, versus an unmoloed team, which this is pretty huge. Nice thing about Fighter Maya too is when you get them low, 30% health, she can do an S3 and just send them away. Goodbye, good night, goodbye. So as you can see, this is working rather well. There's not really any time that I'm in huge danger of dying. Not really. Look at this big hill that happens right here. This is ridiculous. This is before I enhanced some of her abilities some more too. So I don't know. It's working out really well for me. I'm enjoying this team comp. We're gonna make Charlotte great, man. And I'm enjoying this. Charlotte has been a lot of fun. Everybody runs Charles, but no one shows Charlotte any love. Look at that damage right there. Look at that damage. She's just tearing them up. She's a freaking insane bruiser. Look at that damage she takes right there. Little bit of a miss. Like, she would have took like maybe 4K damage if he would have actually hit, maybe. Either way, she's in bruiser status. She can take the hits. So with that being said, that is my team comps for that, man. And I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right. So that is my Charlotte, Mascot Hazel, and Fighter Maya team comp that I have recently started using and I have absolutely fell in love with. Absolutely love this team. Loving the DPS that comes out of it, loving the survivability that's coming out of it. And yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I like the fact that, like, everybody says don't use Charlotte, so I guess that's another reason. And huge shout out to Silaria. for mentioning Mascot Hazel to me. I was actually running Tamarine before I ran Mascot Hazel on my first run. And I will say, Tam felt a little like things could be on the dangerous side with keeping Fighter Maya up. Yeah, the single target hill, that S2 hill coming from Mascot Hazel is so huge. Absolutely love it. Not saying Tam's a bad healer or not. It's just trying to keep up at the beginning, the extra greater attack buff. You know, it just seemed to work a little bit better. Who knows? Maybe the Assassin Coley was a lot stronger on the Tam fight than it was on the second fight that I did. I don't know. But I will say this: I really did enjoy the team. Really enjoying Mascot Hazel. I built her up finally. I built her up and benched her instantly. So this is my first time really using Mascot Hazel since she became Mascot Hazel, and it feels good, man. Might as well get some use out of some of these 3 stars. Try to get as much equipment on these characters as possible because of world bosses and stuff like that. Get extra rewards and all that. So might as well build up different team comps, and it feels good to build up a team comp that didn't need any molos whatsoever. Just really good gear mattered. So yeah, with that being said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a comment below. What did you think of the Charlotte Mascot Hazel and Fighter Maya team comp, man? Let me know your thoughts. I mean, it's not a perfect team comp, but you know what? It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And I want to say I used that team comp versus Wells. Yeah, it was versus Wells. So like, yeah, I went up against people that were probably pretty decently geared. So most definitely they've been floating in and out of top 20. So I think it's a solid team. I'm looking forward to taking this team against a top 20 guild, somebody in the top 5 maybe. That would be kind of cool to test them out and see what they can do. All right, I will catch you guys later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. You guys have yourself, if you don't see any more of my videos, you guys have yourself a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, or however you choose to celebrate the holiday season. Celebrate it with food. Food's good. Yeah. Don't know. At the start of every turn, all right. So start of every turn, S2, 1 turn. He eats an apple. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. S3, 2 turns. Comes back around. 3rd turn, he's maxed out. So it's definitely not a bad option.